Hi everyone, I'm Luna and welcome to my channel. I love telling cross-dressing stories and educating people about cross-dressing. Please leave a like and subscribe to support my channel. Enjoy the story. My first time cross-dressing happened in early college. I had decided to be more outgoing my first year and try to make as many friends as possible. I had befriended these two girls named Mara and Liz. Mara was a finance major and Liz was an engineering major. I myself was an economics major. School had just started in August, and I barely had known them for 2 months before Halloween rolled around. Our college was not a party college, so there was not really any one big Halloween party. Rather, there were a bunch of little parties held by different social groups. Mara and Liz were both on the women's soccer team, so they were holding their own little Halloween party at a house off of campus. The story all started one day when I got a call from Mara. She said, "Hey, I hope you're doing well. I was wondering if you wanted to come to the women's soccer team's Halloween party." I instantly felt excitement bubbling up inside of me. I said, "Yes, I would love to go. Thank you for inviting me." Mara giggled and said, "Great, just one small problem. The party is for girls only. So you would need to come to our dorm first to get ready before we could go." I wasn't sure what Mara meant, but I was excited to go to the party regardless. I agreed, and Mara told me to come to her dorm at 7 p.m. tomorrow. She emphasized not to be late. I promised her I would not be late, and that was the end of the call. The Halloween party was tomorrow, and I didn't think much about what Mara had said. The next day went by quickly, and before I knew it, it was already 6:30 p.m. I decided to wear a pair of jeans and a collared shirt to the party. I thought it would be a nice fit. I hoped that I wasn't underdressed. I made my way to Mara and Liz's dorm and knocked on their door. Mara opened the door almost instantly and greeted me with a big smile on her face. She said, "It is so good to see you. And thank you for coming so early. We have a lot of work to do." I again wasn't sure what she meant. I walked in, and Liz was sitting on the couch. I noticed a bunch of different makeup products open all over the coffee table. Mara and Liz already had their makeup done and were both wearing tight black dresses. They both looked really good. The dresses complemented their athletic figures. I felt a little nervous. There was a moment of silence before Liz started speaking. "Okay, so if it wasn't clear before, the women's soccer Halloween party is for girls only. That means you can only go if you look like a girl." I paused for a minute. I said, "How would I look like a girl when I'm a guy?" Mara giggled and said, "This is where the magic of makeup and some feminization comes in." Liz started giggling too. I took a deep breath out and realized what was going on. They were going to dress me as a girl. I got up and said I have to go. Mara yelled, "Stop, stop. It will be fun, I promise. It is only for the night, and no one is even going to know. I promise we will do a good job making you a believable girl." I thought for a minute and sat back down. This couldn't be that bad. Maybe even a little fun. Who knows? I said, "Okay, let's just get it over with." Mara and Liz jumped up and down in excitement. I was ready for my makeover. The first thing that happened was shaving my legs and arms. Mara and Liz took me to the bathroom and gently shaved my arms and legs. I thought it was going to hurt, but it kind of felt nice. Next, they gave me a yellow dress and told me to change into it. They left the bathroom and waited for me to change. I examined the dress. It was a short yellow dress and had lots of frills in it. I took off my shirt and jeans and stepped into the dress. I slid it up to my chest and tried to figure out how to latch it in the back. The material felt very smooth against my skin, and I liked how it moved as my body moved. I couldn't figure out how to latch it and called for Liz and Mara to come back in. They immediately opened the door and burst out in laughter. "OMG," they said, "you look so good." I was fairly skinny for my age, so the dress seemed to fit perfect on me. They quickly came and helped me connect the back of the dress. They adjusted it a little bit, then brought me back into the living room. They sat me down on the couch and began doing my makeup. They first applied some foundation that matched my skin tone. They then applied blush and concealer. Next, they had me look up while they put mascara on me. Finally, they applied lipstick and took a step back. Mara said, "Wow, he really does look like a girl." Liz laughed and said, "Yes, he looks very girly." Mara left and returned with a mirror. She put the mirror in my hands. I looked at myself and was amazed by how feminine I looked. My facial features looked so exaggerated. Liz stepped behind me and slid a brown wig over my head. My hair was super short, so the wig completely concealed everything. Liz adjusted the wig a little bit, and I looked in the mirror again. Wow, I thought to myself, I actually looked like a girl. Mara asked, "Do you like it?" I paused for a minute and said, "Kind of." She said, "Good." Mara and Liz helped me stand up and brought a pair of heels from the closet. They held me while I slowly put on each of the heels. The heels were party heels and were a solid 4 inches. Liz bent down and fastened the heels on. Out of anything, the heels definitely made me feel the most feminine. I walked a few steps in them and realized the challenge I would be facing. Liz and Mara said it was time to go. All 3 of us left the dorm and briskly walked across campus. It was close to 9 p.m. at this point, and there were a good amount of students on campus. A few guys looked at me as I walked past, but overall, no one seemed to bat an eye. All 3 of us got in Mara's car and drove off campus. Within a few minutes, we arrived at the house, and I was escorted out of the vehicle. I kind of felt like I was a celebrity, and Mara and Liz were my bodyguards. Liz opened the door to the house, and I walked in. My heart stopped. The house was packed with probably close to 30 girls. Everyone turned when I walked in and started clapping. I was so confused. I felt my knees bend inwards as I buckled in nervousness. Liz and Mara stepped in after me, and Mara yelled, "I would like to introduce you all to Adriana. She is one of the hottest girls on campus." Everyone cheered. I turned to Mara and whispered, "I can't believe you told everyone." Mara responded, "Haha, don't worry, the soccer team loves you, and your secret will be safe with all of us." I knew word would get out, but I decided I didn't care. Worst case, I would just say it was a social experiment. The rest of the night was a blur. Many of the girls took turns coming up to me and admiring my dress. They would often feel the fabric and compliment me on how great my makeup was. I was always telling them to thank Mara and Liz. I kind of liked being the center of attention and enjoyed everyone looking at me. I made a lot of friends at the party and was glad I went. Around 4 a.m., the 3 of us got in Mara's car and drove back to campus. They took me back to their dorm and helped me change out of the dress and heels. My feet hurt a lot from the heels, but it was worth it. They used makeup and pads to remove all of the makeup from my face. The wig was not looking in good shape since I had danced all night. Mara said it was okay since it was a cheap wig. I changed back into my normal clothes and thanked Mara and Liz for all of the fun. I gathered my things and walked back to my place. On the way home, Mara and Liz sent me some pictures of me that were taken at the party. I was so surprised by how I looked. If I saw the girl version of myself on campus, I would think she was very hot and would probably try to get her number. I hoped the pictures never got out. Once I arrived at my place, I laid down and quickly fell asleep. The end.